Hello, beautiful soul. I'm so happy you're taking the time to join me on your mat today. The purpose of this session is to align with the beautiful energy of the Cancer full moon we just experienced. But know that you can come back to this yoga flow anytime you feel your emotions are stagnant or you feel disconnected from your inner self. When you are ready, find a comfortable seated position. You may close your eyes or soften your gaze. Become aware of your breath. Feel the oxygen flowing through your body, becoming more present in this moment. Now let's bring more awareness to our breath with a 3-part breath. Place one hand on your belly and the other on your chest. As you inhale, feel your belly expand. Then move the breath up to your ribs and finally sip it up to your chest. As you exhale, imagine the air flowing out like water, releasing tension as it goes. Repeat for 3 more rounds, visualizing a green glow around your heart chakra, opening to allow your emotions and love to move freely. Release your 3-part breath and just notice the mind-body connection forming within you. Next, let's encourage our heart chakras to open further with a bee breath. Inhale deeply, gently pressing your lips together. As you exhale, make a humming sound like a bee. Again, inhale deeply and exhale with a buzzing. Do this 5 times at your own pace. Notice the vibration in your chest and throat, activating both your heart and throat chakras. Release the breath and reflect on your mind, body, and spirit, taking note of how they feel. Whisper to your heart, "My heart speaks my truth with compassion and confidence." Beautiful. Let's begin moving with the body. I'm turning to the side so you can see my posture better. Remaining seated, inhale and reach your hands up towards the sky, lengthening through the spine. Exhale and hinge at your hips, folding forward over your crossed legs in a seated forward fold. You have the option to place a block under your forehead to maintain length in the spine. Inhale, and as you exhale, walk your hands back towards your body, coming back to an upright seated position. Inhale, bring your hands back up to the sky, and exhale, place your palms down on your mat, your fingers pointed toward the front of your mat, and draw your chin up. You can stay here, or you have the option to come up onto your knees, feeling that stretch in your chest, and release back to your mat. Switch the fold of your legs. Inhale and bring your arms back up. Exhale, forward fold again, breathing deeply into your back. With each breath, feel yourself melt deeper into this position. Walk your hands back towards your body. And inhale as you raise your arms. And as you exhale, place your palms flat on the mat, fingers pointing forward. You can stay here, or you can come up onto your knees. You also have the option to bring your chin down and your gaze forward. And release your body back to the mat. I like to just roll my head here to release any tension in my neck. Meet me on all fours in a tabletop position, with your palms underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. To make sure our body is stable for the cat-cow we're moving into, press into your palms to prevent sinking into your shoulders, and press the tops of your feet onto your mat to keep your legs engaged. Inhale, arch your back and drop your belly towards the mat for cow, Vidalasana. Exhale, round the spine and tuck your chin towards your chest for cat, Marjaryasana. Flow through this movement, coordinating your breath with the movement. Inhale and exhale. You can experiment with turning your hands so the back of your hands are on the mat, or even turn your fingers to face your knees to release tension in your wrists. Find a still and neutral spine. Inhale, lift your right arm up to the sky, and as you exhale, thread your right arm under your left, resting your left arm on your lower back or reaching it up to the sky. Keep your knees even and breathe deeply into your shoulders. On your next inhale, release the left arm back to the mat and return to tabletop. Inhale, lift the left arm up, and exhale, thread the needle, placing your right hand on your lower back or reaching it up to the sky. Breathe deeply, melting into the stretch. Inhale, come back to tabletop, and walk your hands forward for puppy pose, Uttana Shishosana. Allow your breath to guide you deeper into this pose, feeling the nice stretch in your spine. On your last exhale here, slowly walk your hands back towards your center to a neutral tabletop. Touch your big toes together and spread your knees wide. Inhale and exhale, allowing your hips to fall towards your heels as you move into child's pose, Balasana. And ground yourself in this moment. Inhale and stretch your hands over to the right, and exhale. Inhale and stretch your hands over to the left, and exhale. Find center, and as your last exhale here, slowly walk your hands back towards your knees as you come into an upright position. and we'll transition to our warm-up. Come to stand at the front of your mat in mountain pose, Tadasana. Place your feet hip-width apart, arms by your sides, and palms shining forward. Find stability here. Inhale, squeeze your shoulders up to your ears, and exhale, roll them back. Continue rolling your shoulders in time with your breath, and then switch directions, rolling them forward. I like to roll my neck here as well. Inhale, find stillness, and exhale, bring your palms together at heart center. Inhale, reach your arms over your head, arching your back slightly, and exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Only go as deep as feels comfortable for you. You can hold on to the back of your calves or grab your elbows, allowing your spine to relax here. Nod yes to life, to embracing your emotions, and to honoring your authenticity. Release your elbows. Inhale, half lift with a long spine. Exhale, step your left foot back into a wide stance for a high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, reach your arms up, opening your chest. And exhale, place your palms on your mat and lower your left knee to the mat, low lunge. Stay here, or deepen the stretch by raising your right hand overhead or placing your hand on your lower back. Come back to a neutral upright position, or you have the option to lower your elbows to the mat for a lizard variation. Inhale, send your hips back, straightening your right leg, and flex your foot for a half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Place blocks under your hands for extra support if needed. Breathing deeply, send your breath to your hips and hamstrings. Inhale, come back into a low lunge. Tuck your toes, and exhale, step forward into a forward fold. Shift your hips and your weight from hip to hip, giving your hamstrings some relief. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, step your right foot back into a wide stance for a high lunge. Inhale, send your arms up. And exhale, lower your right knee for a low lunge. With your right palm on your mat, inhale, bring your left hand up to the sky or to your lower back. Inhale, exhale, and release your left palm back onto your mat. You can stay upright or release your elbows to your mat for lizard pose. Inhale. Exhale, send your hips back, straightening your left leg, and flex your left foot for a half split. Inhale, come back into your low lunge, and tuck your toes. And exhale, step forward into a forward fold. and you can shift your hips here, relaxing your hamstrings. Inhale deeply, bend your knees slightly, and exhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time, taking a moment to enjoy how your body feels. Inhale, come up onto your tiptoes as you straighten your arms out in front of you. And exhale, slowly begin to squat as you lower your body to your mat. We can hug our knees here, giving us a nice stretch to our back. And sit and shift your legs around to come to a kneeling position. As we prepare to go into our camel pose, Ustrasana, a beautiful chest opener, you can have your blocks close by if needed. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, and as you exhale, place your palms on your lower back or sacrum. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, arching your back. Know that you have the option to stay here, or you can place your hands on your ankles to deepen the stretch to your chest. If this feels too strenuous, find stability on your blocks, which should be on the outside of your ankles. Breathe deeply here, sending breath to your chest, allowing your emotions to move freely from your heart space. Walk your hands back up your legs to your lower back as your spine lengthens and becomes neutral. A beautiful counter bend for the back is this nice and grounding rabbit pose. From a seated position on your heels, inhale and exhale as you gently bring your forehead to the mat. Option to place a block under your forehead if needed. Ground yourself into the present moment. Inhale. Exhale, come back to a tabletop to prepare for Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. We'll use a kneeling plank to get there. So inhale and engage your core. Exhale and bend your elbows, slowly lowering your chest to the mat. Keep your palms planted and your elbows bent. Shift your palms further down next to your ribs. You'll know you're in the correct form for Cobra when your arms look like little grasshopper arms. Inhale deeply here. As you exhale, lift your head and your chest for low Cobra. Press those shoulder blades closer together to deepen the stretch. Feel your belly expand into the earth with each breath. Inhale, keep your elbows together, and exhale as you lower your head to the mat. You can turn your head to one side using your arms as a pillow as we prepare to go into our half bow, Ardha Dhanurasana. Keep your left arm parallel with the front of your mat, and with your right arm, reach back and hold your right ankle. Option here to use a strap or band around your ankle. Inhale, kick back into your right hand with your right foot flexed, feeling that stretch in your quad, hips, and arm here. On your last exhale, release slowly from this position, placing your head on your mat facing the opposite direction. For the left side, keep your right arm parallel with the front of your mat. Grab a hold of your left ankle. Inhale, kick back into your left hand and be sure if you're using a strap that the strap is around your ankle. With your last exhale here, release out of this position. You can stay here and deepen your connection with your breath, or you can prepare to go into full bow pose. When you're ready, bend both of your knees and grab a hold of your ankles as you inhale. With your exhale, kick back into your hands, making a right angle with your knees and feeling that deep stretch. You can rock slightly to give your internal organs a nice massage. Hold and release out of this position. We did a lot of work here, so you can bend your knees and just slowly and gently shift your legs side to side like windshield wipers. Press into your hands, shifting your body up to move through tabletop and back into child's pose to release tension in your back. Breathe deeply here, sending your breath to your lower back. Inhale. Exhale, come back up to a tabletop and sweep your legs around to prepare for fish pose, Matsyasana. Lay flat on your back, and if you like to do a supported fish today, make sure your blocks are accessible. For fish, place your palms flat underneath your glutes and engage your legs. Inhale, bring your chin to your chest as you prop yourself on your elbows, squeezing your shoulder blades together. As you exhale, send your head back towards your mat, developing a deep arch in your spine. For supported fish, place 2 stacked blocks in between your shoulder blades to provide a nice supportive arch in your back, with your arms in a cactus shape by your sides. Be present with your breath here as your chest opens and the energy moves freely through your heart chakra. Inhale, bring your chin back to your chest. Exhale, slowly relax your spine back onto your mat. Hug your knees to your chest for a counter stretch. Then place your feet flat on your mat with your knees still bent to prepare for bridge, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Since we will be holding this bridge pose for a few breaths, I like to have a block underneath my lower back for more stability. To make sure you're in a stable alignment, see if your fingertips can brush your heels. Inhale, lift your hips and place that block underneath your sacrum. Option here to clasp your hands together. Allow your heart to shine towards the sky, sending love and gratitude to the universe for this moment of peace. Inhale and press up onto your toes to release that block. And exhale as you slowly lower your spine to your mat, one vertebrae at a time. I like to slowly shift my knees from one side to the other for a counter stretch. For a supine spinal twist, Supta Matsendrasana, inhale and bridge up slightly to shift your hips over to the left, and exhale, lower your knees to the right, turning your head to face the left as well. Feel this amazing stretch in your spine as we wind down. Lift your knees as you come back to a neutral spine. Inhale and lift your hips slightly to shift your hips over to the right, and send your knees to the left as you exhale. You can hold onto your knees to deepen the stretch or extend your right arm. Inhale and bring your knees back to center. And now you may grab anything you need for Shavasana. I usually like to put a pillow under my knees to protect my lower back, and sometimes a folded blanket under my shoulders. I know it's easy to skip Shavasana because we live in such a busy world now, but I feel like it's one of the most important parts of yoga. Shavasana is a chance to honor all the sacred work you just did. I think it's especially beneficial in this practice because we did a lot of chest opening and heart chakra activating postures. So this is a nice opportunity to process any emotions that came to the surface. I'll save some space for you here and bring you back to the present moment when our practice together is done. Before relaxing into Shavasana, I like to squeeze all my muscles, then release so I can melt deeper into my mat. Bring awareness back to your body. You can begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. Imagine a warm, green glow of loving, pure energy flowing over your body, nurturing that mind-body-soul connection you developed during this yoga flow. Turn your body to one side and take a moment to thank yourself for taking the time to come to your mat today, for doing all of this beautiful, sacred, important work. Then you can place your hands on the earth and push your body into a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me today in this heart-opening flow. The light within me honors the light within you. Thank you for sharing this sacred space with me. I'll see you soon.